Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jade. Thank you for stopping by. In this video, we're going to be taking apart this pot of some jade plants. There's about 2 or 3 in here. Fairly large, as you can probably tell. Very healthy as well. I got this at our local nursery for about $13, so not too bad. But yeah, we're going to be repotting it, pruning it, and let's just get right into the video. Yeah, it's doing really good. It's really healthy. Here's a little bit of a better view of the trunks here. We got some pretty nice ones, pretty thick. And yeah, so I'm basically just going to remove it from the soil now, take each individual plant apart, and I'll come back when I have them all separated. Alright, so I have our first plant separated here. I think this one is the tallest. It's very top heavy, but I'm going to be giving these all a pretty hard pruning, so that's not that big of an issue. But what I'm kind of doing here is just raking away at the soil, trying to, separate each plant. You could definitely use your hands, but you will get your hands dirty, which isn't too big of an issue, in my opinion. But I'm trying to also preserve as many big roots as possible. So for instance, this one right here, I'm going to be pretty careful when removing it from the soil because I don't want it to break. It's very nice. But if you do break the big roots, don't really worry. There's many more roots to get its, nutrients. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here, and I'll get back when I have them all separated. So I have all of the plants separated now. You can see these two, and then this one I believe has the thickest trunk. So my plans for pruning each of these are pretty basic. I'm just going to be trimming them back to about a couple leaves or maybe a branch or two. And I'm going to be doing that all around each plant. And the reason for doing this is to promote newer, smaller, and better growth. And hopefully it'll also thicken up the trunks a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much my plans. I'll come back when I'm in the middle of pruning one, and yeah. Alright, so I have this plant here. In my opinion, this one is the most promising. I'm gonna go for a tree style on this one. So what I'm gonna do to start is I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little cut right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take off a fairly large portion of branch. There's no need to worry about this. There will be tons of new shoots that come out from here. So I'm basically just gonna do that all around the plant, kind of make it a little shorter. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And then I'm gonna move over here and shorten this branch. And all of these branches that I'm cutting, you can make cuttings out of. So you can plant them in soil, in water, pretty much anything, and they'll most likely grow. So I'm just making my way around the plant, kind of just cutting off everything that I don't want. And I'm gonna just keep making my way. Of course, I can cut anything I want to cut later on, so no need to worry about that. And so now you can kind of see it is way more bare than when we first got it, but it will produce many new shoots and it'll end up looking hopefully better in the future. So yeah, moving on to potting now. So something that I forgot to mention, if you're going to be making a cut that's going to be going under the soil, you want to make sure that it crusts over and dries out before you plant it. This way you prevent any fungus from growing. It should take about a day or two for it to dry out, so the plant isn't going to die while it's out of soil or anything. There's no need to worry about that. These are pretty hardy plants, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this to crust over and then I'll repot it when it's done. So it's been about 2 days since I finished filming the pruning section. You can see I got them potted up now, and they came out pretty nice, but of course it's gonna take a pretty long time for them to fill out and actually look nice. But yeah, I have them in some succulent soil and pumice, which is what I typically put them in. They do pretty well. These plants you really don't have to water very often. I probably water mine on average like once every 3 or 4 weeks, so they're not very laborious, but they still are pretty interesting. So yeah, now it's just a matter of time before they fill out, and I'm planning on coming back in like a month or two to show the progress that it's got. And yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys then. All right, everyone, so I'm back. It's been about 3 months, and as I'm sure you could probably tell, our plants are still alive. So that's a great way to start the second part of this video. Am I right? All 3 plants alive? Amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the new growth that they've gotten, and I'll go ahead and also talk about how I've been able to maintain them. And it hasn't been very hard, but I'll just go over what I've done just so you guys have an idea, and we'll just go from here. So the maintenance of all 3 of these plants was pretty much the same. I kind of just, watered them whenever the soil became dry or whenever the leaves became squishy or, flat, because that's typically how you can tell if a jade needs water. They never really struggled, but when it was a little colder, they had a little bit of a hard time staying healthier, but they didn't do terrible. They didn't really like drop any leaves or anything, so it wasn't anything too crazy or too much to worry about. As I'm sure you could probably tell, the plants are no longer struggling, and in fact they're very healthy. And I know this because where I pruned from, there is now new growth, and that's just a big indication that the plant is happy and healthy. So the last part of this video is I'm going to go ahead and compare what the plants look like right after I prune them to what they look like now. So let's go. Alright everyone, so that is going to conclude our video. I'm very pleased with how the plants are turning out, and I hope you are too. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And I really appreciate all the support recently. And let me know how I did. Let me know if I did bad, if I did good. Let me know anything. But yeah guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you later.